Hello and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the 165mm or 6.5 inch circular saw from Ozito. Now once again this saw was brought by me, for me, and purchased with my own money. No one knows that I'm doing a review and no one has asked me to do a review on this. Now this might be a little bit hard to see, but this is the PXC SS165. It has a no load speed of 4200 RPM, a blade diameter of 165mm, that's what I've already said, a blade bore of 20mm in diameter, a depth of cut, it says it can do 54mm at 90 degrees and 35mm at 45 degrees, so just over 2 inches at 90 degrees, which is straight on, and just about 1.5 inches at 45 degrees. Now obviously I've had this tool for a little bit of time. You can see that by the wear on the blade there. So in total I've had this tool for about, I'd say, just over a year, about a year and a half realistically. So the features of this saw is that down the arse end it has a dust port. You can hook a vacuum onto it, like a shop vac. It has an LED light there. And you just have to press the safety triggers there, just on the side of the handle. So you got that, and it lights up the shoe pretty well. You can't see that in the shed, unfortunately. This saw does go up to 45 degrees. Apparently it goes up to 50, but I'm not too sure about that. It has a little lock here for a miter guide or a blade guide. And in the hip here on the other side, it has a little Allen key there, so you can take the blade out and put a new one in if you want to. She also has a depth guide here, which you can just pull that little tab down the back here and then change the depth of your cut. And to get the blade off, you'd obviously pull that depth guide all the way down, make the shoe come down, press the button here, press it down until twist the blade until it locks down into place, and then when it locks down into place you won't be able to move it, and then undo that captive nut in there. This is also brushed and it retails for 99 bucks at Bunnings. There is a bigger one which is 7.25 inch or 184mm, which is double the price, and it is also brushless. This does not have an electric brake on it, so when you go to fire her up, she doesn't instantly stop. The brushless one does. To be honest, that's just a little feature. I don't really care about that. Now, that's enough rambling on. Let's see how she performs. Okay, so the first piece of wood we'll be using is a 19mm paling post, which is warped. It looks like a friggin' banana. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. I do not use clamps. You should really use clamps, but I'm just going to put my foot over the box there. And if this seems dangerous to you, then my advice to you is don't do it yourself. I feel confident enough doing this myself, but it's not safe. So if you're an amateur, then I would suggest do not do this. So that's how quickly you can rip through something like that. Just a few more for shits and giggles. Same thickness, but how about a bit longer? Now, we did cut through a hole that I had previously drilled, but still pretty quick. Same thickness, but longer again. Alrighty, here is a 35mm warped piece of shit. So my cuts might look a little bit bad, a little bit like they've burnt, but that's because the wood is warped so that you can't rest the shoe of the saw on this wood very well, so your saw might skip along a little bit. Alright, this is 52mm with a big great crack in it, so it is 2mm under the rating for the saw. Alright, just want to explain something. That smoke is from this wood, not the saw. The saw is not smoking, you can tell from the brushed motor. It is not smoking. It's just because this wood is very hard pine. It's H4 treated pine, and you can see the black marks from where the blade was rubbing, but it's not from the saw, it's from the wood. And yes, obviously when you're cutting thicker pieces of wood, you just need to take it through a bit more slower, be a bit more patient with it, and it will get you through the wood. Also, the thing is, the story with Ozito is that Ozito make quality, affordable DIY tools. Well, quality, it's sometimes a little bit representative of the tool you buy, but the accessories aren't always the greatest. It's better to buy aftermarket, like if you have a chainsaw, aftermarket chains, aftermarket saw blades, aftermarket drill bits and shit like that. So anyway, with all that out of the way, I think it's time to close up this video. So she was using a fully charged 4-amp battery. Let's see, that's now on 2 bars. And anyway, so I hope this video has been informative to you and has helped you decide whether this is the right tool for you, or maybe you want to go step up to the brushless version. I don't use circular saws a whole hell of a lot, so I can't really justify spending double the price for a little bit of a bigger saw. Yes, it's brushless, but I can't really justify that kind of money. So if you liked these videos, please consider subscribing. If you liked this video in particular, please consider chucking it a like. Also have a Patreon now, so consider checking that out if you want. And until the next video, we'll see you guys in the next one.